Hello and welcome to Out of Character Corner. My name is JJ Hill. I am the co-director and co-writer of Out of Character.
And I'm Liberty Odell. I'm the other one.
Yep, he's the other one. Tonight we have Addison Collard, also goes by Ad. He plays the character of Tim/Gib in Out of Character.
Thank you for having me.
We're gonna go right into it. Addison, Ad, what are 3 words you would describe yourself?
Focused,
Ooh.
confident, reclusive, we could say.
Reclusive. Let's talk about reclusive. Why are you reclusive?
I, as much as I enjoy the company of others,
You don't.
a lot of times I enjoy being by myself, with no plans at all at my house, with my family, of course.
Family, of course.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Why would you be focused?
When I really get into something, when I set my mind to something, I have a hard time stopping doing that thing. So
You got to do it.
What's the most recent thing that you've done that with?
the most recent thing was I was in a play a few months ago at the Eastern Oregon Regional Theater called The Dazzle, and I had a lead role in that, and it was just for actually many months that was all we had because we were slowed down with COVID.
How were the laughs with such a smaller audience size?
It was quite a bit different. We were playing to audiences of 8 to 14 people.
Wow.
And so there's definitely times like coming off stage, you just like, did I deliver that? Did I say the right line there? It's like, because you say it's like the real gut buster of the play, and
I bet you
it's
can
just
always
like
hear
one
that
person like,
laugh. Let's talk about that first word of the 3.
yeah. What
Do you
was it
remember
again?
what that was?
Confident. Actually, focus was the first one.
I mean, focus is the first one. I wanted to touch on that first one first. But let's go to that next one. The
Confident.
second one, confident.
Confident.
Let's talk about that.
Since I was a senior in high school, because before that I had zero confidence. I was a senior in high school. I got with some friends and I learned how to play 3 chords on the electric guitar, just power chords, bar chords, and I played a White Stripes song in our talent show with my friend on the drums, and I'd been playing guitar I think for 2 months maybe, and really had no idea what I was doing, but I just tricked myself into thinking I knew what I was doing, and
Yes.
so it was almost this false confidence. It went really well though.
Was it like a fake it till you make it scenario?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, in a way, and because I do get nervous, and I do just like everybody else, but you know, backstage at a theater, it's like people are pacing around and they're really nervous, and I get excited.
That's why we cast you. Overall, your confidence level in public is astounding.
Yeah, at the audition, I was completely terrified. Yeah,
We didn't
but
see
I
it.
tricked myself into not showing it.
Wow. Addison Collard, everybody. What drew you to this project in the first place?
The audition happened to pop up a few weeks after I was talking to my friend Jesse Ruda, who grew up in Baker, and he actually lives in LA now, and he's an actor. And we had met up at the Barley Brown's and had a beer, and he was talking to me about I was doing theater things, and he says, you should try film. You should get into film. Maybe a week or 2 weeks later, the theater director, Leanne in Baker, said, are you gonna audition for the film shooting in Eastern Oregon? It's like, what? No, I'm too busy. I don't have the time. When is it though? It's Wednesday at 6 or something, and it's like, probably not. And I was kind of at home thinking about it. I'm like, well, you know, it'd be kind of fun. It is shooting out here, and Jesse maybe told me I should give it a shot. And so my kids had a basketball game. I threw my jacket on and ran down and walked in the room with you guys. And I think if Jesse would have never mentioned any of that to me, I wouldn't even I would have been like, that's film thing, and that seems like a whole thing. So, yep.
Jesse,
Okay.
I really appreciate everything you did and said to add here, to get him involved with what we're doing, Liberty and I. I appreciate you. What did drive you to perform?
My mom has always been involved in theater since she was young. My grandmother and my grandpa, her parents, were always into theater, and so my mom's always done musicals in Baker, and she kind of threw my name in the hat to go out for the theater's production of Willy Wonka, wanting me to play Willy Wonka. It was a ton of fun, and it had something that playing live music didn't have for me, as far as like being a different character. When I play music, there's a bit of a different character when you're kind of on stage. You're a little bigger than yourself, maybe. You know, you try to be.
Still a lot of you.
Yeah, it's mostly you,
Sure.
but you do try to be a little cooler than you normally are. And but with theater, you know, you're this character, and this character is this way, and you deliver lines this way, and so it was really fun for me to, and not even for an entertainment aspect for the people watching, but more for me to feel like I was somebody else and really get into, not going like full method kind of thing, but definitely going a little bit crazy with trying to be somebody else in a good way, I suppose. That can sound like a bad thing. I want to be somebody else, but
Did you find that to be sort of a freeing experience of being able to like play? I mean, you know, when you get a line and how you would say it and how the character would say it is completely different.
yeah.
And did you find the freedom? Was that the part that was fun? Was like being able to completely take and deal
Absolutely.
with something differently?
Yeah, absolutely. To go from that, and then I started to get into more dramatic roles, and you know, because I was a bit of a comedy musical kind of thing, and to go into some deeper dramatic roles was really my bag to read into these characters and figure out why, not just like the line is this, but you know, why am I saying this line, and why am I saying it this way, and what is me as this character, what am I trying to convey with these things? And it really, there's a group that I work with, 3 other people in Baker, and we work really well together, and a lot of times we just do sit downs and talk about, you know, when you're delivering, what are you trying to convey with that? Because sometimes you know, maybe your line's just like, oh, I don't want to. It's like, well, how am I supposed to do, you know, these things? But doing that really just it gave me something that playing live music didn't have.
Yeah. Do you think that makes the motivation different?
Yeah. With music, for me, it almost got a little stale. I kind of would just go through the motions and go play some music, and started to lose a bit of its edge for me. With theater, I wanted to be somebody else, and I wanted the people watching not to see. It's a small town. I don't want to be like, oh, it's Ad who works down at the brewery. You know, he's doing a thing. It's funny or whatever. I want them to sit and see somebody else right here. The biggest compliment I can get is you know, that character you were doing was wonderful. Not just you
Didn't
did that
even notice
character.
you
So yeah,
at that time.
I
you
forgot
did
it
that
was
character
you.
good. Exactly.
Isn't that interesting how we can go to like a place where we think if we're not noticed as who we are
Yeah.
in a scenario, thank goodness you noticed that, because that's what I was going for.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
That whole process of like talking about what you're doing, it's the difference between talent and skill. Talent is the ability to get up and do it. It's what you have when you get up and sing. You're just singing because you're you. That's your talent coming out. And when you read a line and the line just makes sense, that's just talent. But if you can actually stop and dissect what you're doing and how you're doing it and why you're doing it, and then recreate it, that's where skill comes in. And that's actually really good. I hadn't heard that was happening, and I think that's awesome that there's 4 of you guys that are going through and really discussing the choices you guys are making. That's just going to strengthen your overall ability to make choices and make differentiation between those characters.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
that's even if you don't even realize that's helping you, that's phenomenally beneficial to you as a person and as an actor.
For sure.
So good job.
Like that's more fun than like running the lines. And
Oh
all
yeah,
this. It's like
and moving around a
Exactly.
stage. You're
No,
like,
yeah.
okay, great, I can walk. I
Yeah.
got that.
And it's funny is like, having a script for a few weeks and then coming in one day and just like, I just realized what this line in the second act is
Dude.
referring to.
Oh my goodness.
And you're like,
yes.
now I know how to deliver it. It's like, I record all my lines and just listen to them at work over and over.
I've
and-
literally gotten like a line the night before opening.
yeah.
Whatever. I've got a line while I was doing the performance, saying it in the middle of it, be like, oh, this referred to something.
Yeah, right.
That's what it means.
Whatever that line delivery was that night sucked.
Yeah.
But the next night it was really good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. So, Ad, tell us, what is your experience with LARP or live action role play before signing on to this project? What'd you think about it?
So my experience is pretty much zero. My thoughts on it, it's just something I never maybe was able to get into.
Movie aside, if you could be any character in a LARP world you wanted, what character would that be? What weapon would you have? What would you look like?
A good question.
So just in a like a fantasy setting in general. Man, I kind of feel like going back to. So I'm feeling like the first kind of real deep dive into that kind of genre would have been the game Dragon Age Origins for me. So
Oh, okay.
and cool. This is
Like
good.
in it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and I always leaned towards like a roguish character. So either a dual wielding character or a archer kind of thing. So that was always kind of my gig there. So and kind of continues to this day in that sort of setting. And I think you guys. I was cast in the right part, I believe, because that's what I.
You are a dual-wielding, kilt-wearing
Rogue.
rogue SOB.
Yes.
Talk about that. Talk about Tim. Talk about Gib.
Okay,
do you think about it?
I enjoy this character a lot. The weapons. So I don't think I've told any of you guys this. I went home after training a few times the fight choreography and went home and in my with my script and my costume details, there's also the weapon schematics with measurements and stuff. So I went home and kind of carved out my own axe and dagger.
Oh, that's
and
awesome.
so they're just out of some wood dowels, but they're the same length and width and everything. That I don't know about the weight because I don't have that yet. But
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I might practice in my basement in front of a mirror every once in a while. Some of these things.
That is amazing. I'm going to say, so you don't feel alone in this, I'm not even in the movie, and I practice in my garage every single day.
So, Ad, do you have anything you'd like to plug or tell the audience about before we leave for the night?
Yeah, my normal job, I am a brewer at Barley Browns in Baker City. So if you keep an eye out for those beers all throughout Oregon and enjoy those if you can. Our Fresh Hop Pallet Jack's coming out pretty soon. And then the other thing is just the theaters are in a lot of crisis right now. So whatever you can do to help your local theater or theaters dear to you, do whatever you can. Donate or help out with whatever you can. Or if they're doing shows or live streams, try to attend things like that.
Be one of the 8 if you feel comfortable and safe.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. But always support local artists, local theater. It's a big must, especially right now. Thank you, everybody, for watching this tonight. Tune in next time. Hopefully we'll have more actors from Out of Character. We will. Talking about all their experiences in life and what they've been up to during quarantine. My name is JJ Hill. I'm the co-director, co-writer.
I'm Liberty Odell. I'm the other one. And this is...
Ad Collard.
So, and please like and subscribe, follow us on our YouTube channel, and check out outofcharactermovie.com. so you can see more stuff.
I promise it's going to be funny,
Hopefully.
hopefully. Thank you. Have a great night.